I haven't quite got used to Smith yet, but I do kind of. They kind of do look like Atlantis characters, but in space. Um, Rook's not bad, but I do think I like Sal the best. So since I haven't played in a while, I'm gonna play Sal, and we're gonna play the story mode as opposed to just brawl, because we like story. I don't remember very much about what any of this does. So, but no new prestige levels will be unlocked. Achievements are. Do we want a custom game? I'm not sure what's making it a custom game, but we're just gonna hit this start button.
You've pictured your revenge so many times. But what if she gets you first? What if someone else does? You scratch those thoughts out like lines on the paper. You're here for Cascio. That's the only way this story ends.
Only here for Cassia. As is tradition, I think I'm going to do a little bit of new. Just a little. Fish welcomes you, and it's back to the hunt for another day. You look like you got plans to take on the biggest crime lord in the bay. No matter what I might say to stop you. Just promise me you won't do it without help. Let's see, do I want to upgrade a negotiation, a battle card, or gain some cash? I feel like the play is to gain some cash. We're gonna get work. I got people in my pocket who owe me a favor. Goni, Tact, and I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. They're easy people to find. Tell them I sent you and they can settle their tabs by giving you work. Get that done and I'll get you a plate popped of Ashnu eyes on the house. Bless your warty hide, fish. I'll hold you to that. Okay, so we get out into the city and now we get to basically choose where we want to go. What makes this a roguelite is that you gain small benefits each time you play based on that prestige tab that was on the previous menu. And you kind of get to choose your own procedurally generated story that kind of works its way through. Then there's like certain set pieces that kind of keep popping up. Do we want to do private security, friend or fanatic, or secret shopper? This lets us upgrade a card. I get a card to start help with the quest, and then get that card specifically when I complete, or restore 30 health or resolve. We don't need to do this yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with the one that lets us upgrade a card. And we get stopped on the road. Right. The Luminari are effectively cultists. Greetings, Grifter. I need your help, and I'm at your mercy, unless you give it. Murkoff motions towards a pile of dirty canisters, one of them leaking a nauseous orange fluid. Hello, thanks for joining the stream. Require assistance carrying this spark. Surely you have time to assist the will of Hesh. Hesh is the cult's god of the abyss. Alright, so now we get to choose between some dialogue options. We can do this to carry this spark for some money. Sal just kind of taunting them a little bit. Ah. Spark is a nefarious sludge, the fruit of a wicked land. Heard it works just as good as lumen and comes out of the ground with a simple machine. Or is it only holy if it's harvested by unpaid labor? I've offered you a job, Grifter. As a heathen, I should have expected as much. So 50 bucks to go carry the whatever this contraband is. I mean, we have no reason not to. Okay. We got our money. So we can go to the Hesh outpost, or we can continue with our quest. I mean, we got a new thing to do, so we might as well do the new thing. And we just got stopped again. Stop right there. Where'd you find that spark, Grifter? Because obviously, of course, we're going to get into some trouble for holding this thing that was just given to us for no reason. I was transporting it to a supply station. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Alright, so we can just hand it over and then this guy is going to straight up hate us. We can convince them that, you know, to just back off, or we can fight for it. I like the negotiation kind of decks more than I like the combat decks, so we're going to try negotiation first. Alright, so basically this is how... Basically, I have 3 actions. Each card costs a certain number of actions. Green cards are generally called the basic diplomacy. Purple cards are manipulative, and red cards are hostile. The object is to reduce their core argument to 0 while keeping our core argument intact. So right now, you can see what their intents are. Their intent is to deal 4 damage to my core argument. Yellow means that we have shield, purple is hit point. So, if we do this, for example, we now have enough shield to tank this hit without losing any life. Whenever we get quick... Also, you notice that these cards have, like, bars on them. Each time you play the card, it gets, like, XP, and then eventually the card can upgrade and get stronger. So we're going to use quick thinking, and we're going to choose one of these things. So we're going to get carryover. We get a 4th action next turn. And then we're going to talk really fast. We only got the low roll on it. That's fine. So, this is going to punch us as we figured. So, it took the threaten cards out of our deck, and that's fine. I usually go for diplomacy. Add 2 resolve and 2 composure to a friendly argument. Okay, so it just acts. Okay, cool. Alright, so composure is defense. So we're going to, once again, put up enough composure to block. Then we're going to do Sal's Instinct. We're going to use Inspiration to gain 2 influence. Well, all of our hostility cards are over here, so we don't even need to kill this. So we're going to continue to work on the core argument. Now, because we have influence, our diplomacy cards do max damage. Now we can just go punch, punch, and keep working on that. Ugh, now she stole our good cards. Now we've got... So when this is destroyed, I gain vulnerability, which sucks. So we don't have enough anything to kind of kill them just now. So we're going to improvise a card. We're going to get this observation. Observation is going to hit really hard. And then we're going to protect all of our arguments that are under fire. Okay. If we get a damage card, we can win the fight right now. We didn't get a damage card. We'll get carryover. This is gonna die and we're gonna be vulnerable, but that's fine. Okay. I don't remember if carryover damage comes to the core argument, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna just go hit, carry over, and we're gonna try to make sure we take them out next turn. Yep, overflow damage does go to the core argument. And that's fine, because now we just talk really, really fast, and talk really, really fast. Okay, so we pick a battle card. We haven't had to do battle yet, but it's always good to get cards for it. Silent Steel is good. So is Lacerate. We have two good choices. Bleed is one of Sal's mechanics. Just means it does like damage. It does trickle damage after every attack effect, after every round. Silent Steel is really good though. We're gonna take. Now we're gonna get the Lacerate. Lacerate's better. Okay, so now now we can either plead, oppress, or get heated. We don't really care for hostility too much. I don't want any of these. I'll just take the money. Apply 4 composure to all friendly arguments, and then this one will be this expense. We'll go Lucid Selection. Fast Talk. Draw a card. Fast Talk. Gain 3 composure. Done. We earned a medal, and we didn't need to recover health, but we did do anyway. Yeah, fine. Keep the spark. There's a lot more where that came from. Alright, a lot more. How's the Lumen Harvest faring, huh? Basically, those two groups do not like each other. This is why I hate Blessing. Sal's a lot of fun to kind of just watch the interaction. All of them are funny. I can't carry the accursed fuel. You can, and you should have. That is why you exist. You are no priest. You are a holy thug. The least of Hesh's reach. Did anyone else see you? There were some burns. Like, how have you failed so completely? Try to back away slowly. Alright, so we're gonna try really, really hard to negotiate. Because if you look, the fight was going to be me versus 2 of them, which is normally how it goes, but if I negotiate, I get this guy's help, and it's 2%. Fast talk. Fast talk. Threaten. Because they're not doing anything to us yet. They are now, though. We're gonna pop that to gain the influence, because now that we have influence, our things do proper damage. And we are going to do our best to take this out. Okay. Draw a card. We're going to threaten. We're going to Cell's Instinct and increase our influence further. Okay, so this actually heals us, and we can't target this at the moment, so we're going to pop that. We might as well hit this a couple of times. And then if we can get the extra action next turn, step 2 vulnerability, that'll be good. Hopefully this ticks down to 1 vulnerability, because now what vulnerability does is it makes our cards do more damage. Dang it. Alright, so we get to upgrade Cell's Instincts next turn, so that's good. We'll draw. We might as well threaten. This will do 2 damage. This could do 4. Okay, so we got the middle roll. That's fine. Hopefully we can just win next turn. Yeah, we just go fast talk, and away we go. Counter's pretty good. Take rebound. Get a negotiation card. So this just does damage every time it gets drawn. So we're gonna take solid point. Gonna upgrade Cell's Instincts to Diplomatic Instincts. Quick thinking. Promoted thinking. I forgot to read what they do. That's fine. Neither of these matter. I was hoping to get one of the ones that destroy. But, say Livy. That's it for now. We still need cards that do damage, but we can afford to get rid of one. Restore health. So I trust in Hesh. That'll keep a secret, yeah? It's true that Hesh's abyssal tides can't be seen from the surface. Why would Hesh send you? Keep your mouth shut and I'll allow you to use this place for rest. At worst, you'll find the faith. At best, you'll be where I can keep an eye on you. Nope. Oh, well, we haven't actually done that. Do we want to lose 5 HP to gain XP on cards? What? Pardon moi? Oh, I see now. Yep. I figured it out like 2 seconds too late. Anyway, now back to the original mission that we wanted to go on. If you had to get robbed, it wouldn't be too bad to get robbed by a face like Goni. So here's our opportunity, and that's why we're here. You need something? Yeah, actually, I have a special package on order at the Slurping Snail. The only problem is I'm banned from the premises. You pick it up and bring it back for me, and we'll call it a job done. Yeah, looks good to me. Alright, calm is very good. Calm is kind of like a wide shield, so we like calm. There'll be more waiting for you, understand? Okay, so we need to go to Secret Shopper. This is the security guy. He doesn't really have anything to say. This is the person that we messed out. We don't feel like we don't really want to pay anybody to help us just yet. Nah, we're good. Good bartender knows how to mix a drink. The better bartenders know how to fix a fight. Incro does both. Or Urcro. Oh, you can buy food to get cards in your deck. We're just gonna ask about the package. Eh. So we don't want to fight the guy because if you look, he's gonna have 2 allies, and that's a lot of heat. So instead, here, take some cash. But first, let's see if we can talk him down. So we already drew solid point. Solid point already hit him for the 1. We have our deflection that's going to give us the composure. Ooh, what does yours thing do? Whenever I play a manipulate card, gain 2 composure. Good to know. So every time I play a purple, he gains 2 shield. So we're just gonna pop. That gives us the influence that we want. Now we can end turn. So we've got a lot of heat coming towards our influence. We will expend and defend. We will draw. This is good. This is a good shot. We'll get this out of our deck. Generally, when you're playing card games, you want to thin out your starting deck's basic cards and try to replace them with stronger cards that you draw. We're gonna get a flatter. We're gonna spend 1 influence. We can do some punching. If we roll high enough, we just win. We did not. So instead, we're gonna calm so that the overflow damage doesn't hit our composure. Because now we just win. I think we're a bleed deck. Look, it's looking like we're a bleed deck. Gain 2 influence and apply 3 composure to it. Build rapport is one of the strongest cards you can get for Sal's negotiation deck. So we lost the 50 shills. He only gave us 33 to pay his tab, so, like, you know. So we got some money in the hole that this guy owes us. So we got a net profit. Plus, Goni likes us. We haven't even seen our battle deck. Yeah, whenever I'm playing like something like this, I definitely like to kind of I don't want to assume that people know what's happening, and this way I get to reinforce what I know as well as tell other people kind of how to play the game. And that's kind of like when I play games, that's kind of what I like to do. Okay, so we get to upgrade a card. I think we're going to upgrade either this rebound. So counter means whenever I get hit, I immediately strike back. Yeah, so I'm glad to hear that my explanations and talking through my gameplay is enjoyable. So I think we're going to get the stone rebound, because that means that we'll get up some defense every time we play a card, as well as just getting the counter. It'll help keep us alive. So if I give him this money, he will love you. So there's 4 levels, technically 5 levels of kind of like relationship that you can have in this game. So people either love you, and when they love you, they give you a boon. They like you, they're on their way to giving you a boon. If they hate you, you get a bane. And then there's a bunch of people you can just kind of murder. So if I give him $100 out of our 283, he will let us do 4+4 damage on the first turn in battle. As much fun as that would be, so there's also things that pop up. Yeah, exactly. X-haters. There's different things that pop up that you that if you don't do them immediately, you kind of lose your opportunity to do so. We don't need healing. But Desolated Battlefield could be fun. Let's go to the Desolated Battlefield. Come across the signs of a recent battle. If there were any winners, they weren't the type to loot the battlefield. We could either grab a salve, grab this looming grenade. So this is a consumable. I use it once, heal 10, and it's gone. This is a consumable. I chuck a grenade, it deals a bunch of damage, and it's gone. Or I can pull out this predictive brawling, and it'll give me one combo at the start of my turn. We don't have any grafts yet, but we're a bleed deck, and this is a combo graft. I think we're going to take the panic grenade. Now, we can either go Recon and Force, which will let us upgrade 2 cards. Oh, sorry, get a card and upgrade a card. We can do this, which will allow us to heal. We're at full health and full resolve. We can do this hard quest and potentially get a graft. And I'm gonna do the hard quest. This place is crawling with admiralty. They're kind of like the military force that operates the place called Murder Bay, which is where we are. Back channel negotiation. I've got a great opportunity, but there's a hitch. Need a partner in the spree to help pull it off. Pretty sure you're supposed to arrest the spree, not work with them. So while these guys are kind of like the police force, the spree are the thugs. Exactly, I need some insulation from blowback if I'm gonna make this work. So how about you be my proxy? Go talk to Goni and convince him this is a good deal and he shouldn't refuse. So Goni likes us. So if we go to Goni, possibly, he'll just say yes. We are going to do it. Apply 2 bleed whenever you hit an enemy with an attack for the rest of the turn. That's very good. Spines is also very good. Gain 1 counter whenever you gain defense. So when it says ability, that is a persistent effect, which means that once I use this ability remains up for the rest of the battle. So other things will only apply for the rest of the turn. So bleed, this kind of goes with our bleed function. This is a really good kind of, we also have a little bit of counter. And I do like spines, so I'm going to take spines. So we're going to go to the map, and we're going to go to our back channel negotiations quest point. But of course we get ambushed along the way. Frog. Bet you love a good thrill. Fancy a wager? Wager? What kind? It's the game of chance, friend. Sure, let's bet. That's the kind of overconfidence I like to hear. With a wink, Krog tosses the coin high in the air. Call it. What? Sure enough, you called it. What the? What do you know? You are lucky. Double or nothing. What do you say? Chance favors the bull. Sure. No, don't get mad, but don't tell me you're a little short. Let's just say I'm pretty average in height, actually. We could beat up Krog and have us dislike him, or we can just get the $50. But you know, we're not going to beat up this frog person. We'll just take the money. Krog scuttles away before you can change your mind. And back to your regularly scheduled program. Yeah, exactly. So, we have a couple of options here. We've just made some extra money recently. So now if we did this, he will love us, and that'll actually make this negotiation easier. So now we have 2 reasons to give him the extra money for this bonus ability. Your generosity is appreciated. Alright. Don't be cute, Hunter. What's the job? Alright, I'll give it to you straight. So that dropped him from 40 to 20 on his resolve. Alright, so we're going to... We already got the solid point. We're going to Diplomatic Instincts. To get a flatter, we're going to spend 1 of our influence to pop both of these arguments. That's going to deal a hefty bit of damage. But, tanked our influence. We'll then do Promoted Thinking. We're going to gain 2 bonus actions next turn. And then we're going to protect our core argument. There's also a bunch of banter that kind of goes back and forth every time you play a card or every time your opponent does. So build rapport, gain influence, and shield it. We don't have enough to take him out, but we can block this 6 with our lucid deflection. Consider this. Just listen. You better listen close. And we don't want to use this because we're already all shielded. Okay, so we've got a slightly smaller hit coming in. So we're going to calm. We're going to fast talk him. Unfortunately, we can't win with this threat, but we will use the threat. 1 damage off. That's okay, we blocked the only hit that's coming in. And then our card that just does damage when we draw it into the game for us. We already have a rebound. Okay. So overextension is interesting. It adds a junk card to our deck, but it does a ton of damage. So we're going to overextend. We don't really have anything to kind of set up our hostility cards, so we're going to just keep up with diplomacy. So deflection got a boost. We're just going to get the slightly better one so we don't have everything that expends. Damn. I was really, again, hoping for the get this card out of my deck, but silly. We'll attack twice with it. You can see why the officer wants to keep quiet. Sounds like Yunny has more to lose than I do if this goes south. You go tell Yunny that I want to meet. Discreetly, of course. If she doesn't like that, well, too bad. She can find another stooge. She won't like it, but I'll pass it on. Are we going to get jumped again on the road? We are not. Track down Yuni's quarters within the sprawling military complex. The place is crawling with admiralty. Suicide to start a fight here. Ugh, I knew you'd say that. Want to get paid, don't you? And let's go. This uniform itches like you wouldn't believe. Okay, so go to our back channel negotiation. Where's Goni? Goni shows up below. Well, and unconvincingly promised to never stab each other in the back. That's the key on this take. You wait for things to get interesting, but they remain oblivious to your boredom. Alright, you've convinced me. Let's get rich. Well, it's time to fight. So now you get to see the battle deck for the first time in this run. But we have 2 friends, which is nice. Okay, so we've got 2 cards that add cards to our deck, and then we can get this rebound. So we are going to fight dirty. Apply 2 bleed and expend. So we're going to get this person all bloody. Then we're going to do Sal's daggers. The saber grip. Add more bleed. And then we're going to shield up the best we can because we are about to take a beating, as you can see by all this incoming damage. But the power of counter, we are dealing damage on their turn. Okay, so now we have no damage coming in. We don't care if Yunny gets hit. So it's all offense all the time this round. So with this much damage coming in, so if you look, everybody has kind of a few things beside them. This is how much their damage threshold is. So if you can get this number to 0, they will then become scared and want to surrender and flee the fight. Power is kind of like how much their damage is being boosted by. They've got a couple stacks of bleed, and this thing kind of just gains a ton of defense. Anyway, we're going to keep working on T. Okay, so now if I do 1 damage, which I don't have to do because Goni is going to do it for me, I will instead work on this Fleed, which is this type of bug creature. So, we have 2 options. We can either execute them or accept their surrender. If we execute them, certain people will hate us. If we let them go, might bite us later. Who knows? Okay. So, this is the kind of like one of the payoff cards for bleed. So if they are bleeding, imply 1 impair and 1 wound. Wound means they take extra damage every time you hit them, and impair means they deal less damage. So given that our deck is based on bleed, we should absolutely take this gash. Duplicate the target bounty or inception. We don't really have anything that kind of works off of this or this, and I don't like bleed because we want to keep our influence. We're just going to take the extra bit of cash. This will let us gain some defense when we hit. This gets rid of it. We'll just gain a little defense. Neither of these are any good. This one is less bad. So I guess we're in this together now. I already regret it. Thanks for the protection, Sal. We'll take it from here. And now we got our graft rewards. So these are kind of like permanent bonuses that kind of get shoved into your head, grafted into your skull, and so that you can kind of get these bonuses. Apply 1 wound to a random enemy at the beginning of your turn. This is very good, but so is this. This gives us 2 defense in our negotiation phase whenever we destroy an opponent argument. I think this is better. We just jam that into our head, and now we have the bone. Yup, the future is indeed wild. These are grafted directly into your head. Spar with Goni. I mean, I feel like we should spar with Goni. I feel like we want to upgrade our fight dirty. And we want to upgrade upgraded cards. We lose that 1 HP. Coney needs a Tide Pen. Yeah, he's got a little bit of blood on him, huh? Well, let's go see what this has. Okay. We do not have anything that we can buy, unfortunately, yet. Oh, right. So this is the other part of the roguelite mechanic. Every time we go through, we gain metal. And when we have enough metal, we can upgrade certain things that gives us bonuses for the next run. And we don't really need to spend any of these things yet. So we meet again. Okay, so we are going to continue on with our main quest. Don't need the resolve. We're going to go to Havari. Fish greets you enthusiastically. Sal, I've lined up a great opportunity for you. Those two over there are night merchants. They sell rare goods, and you can't get nowhere else. And it just so happens that they need your help. You can only be in one place at a time, but either will get you a leg up you sorely need, kid. Go tell them I sent you, and integrate yourself. Just be warned, they're both persnickety and so-so. You're probably going to cheese off the one you don't pick. Alright, so we've got... So we can pay some money to heal the bit of HP we're down. Oh. I mean, we might as well heal. So we're just bloated because we ate this sketchy food. Nobody eats them for the taste, that's for sure. Alright, do we want to go Endo or Froluk? Ask about the special job. You're the grifter she was talking so highly of? Tell me you're good with animals. It depends on the animal. One I'm concerned with is a bit more exotic than you're probably used to. What is a grok kit exactly? Good news is it's a herbivore, so it's not dangerous. Oh no, it's deadly. It weighs 3 tons and has a penchant for belly flopping on anything it sees as a threat. Yeah? So not right now. We'll see what this guy has to say first. Ask about the special job. Hey, I'm a friend of Fish's. How can I help? Fish tells me you're pretty good with a blade. I get by. Sounds like you need something stabbed. Is it something with 4 legs or 2? Yes. Let's just call it an infestation, and it's getting in the way of my good deed. I'll get you there, and you flash or steal whatever it is hunters do. Agreed? Operates outside of Admiralty supervision, so you get quality goods with minimal taxation. So But today you learned that you're a Grok kid, huh? Alright. Hunter, please. I'm a Hessian. I don't give a squat what the Admiralty feels about anything. Eloquently put, priest. Alright, so we gotta go deal with this gigantic beast-like creature. Or we have to go fight some things that are undescript. I feel like this is the one that we're gonna do. You're the thrill seeker and I'm the client. Let's go. So now just because of that, this person doesn't like it. You might have seen an unwanted grudge, but there's nothing you can do about it. You can see that this person's got the down arrow, which meaning they don't really like us. Okay. We're gonna go do some night monster. Endo leads you to the cave, which emanates a stink that you can't quite place. Here it is. What, now you want me to? Ah, hesh. Alright, so we got some yotes to deal with. So this one's got the wound, the random wound that we got. We've got a lot of damage coming in on us. We're gonna Sal's daggers. Get some bleed. A sweet baby indeed. Well, we definitely don't have enough to deal with either of these yet. So the best we're going to be able to do is to make it bleed. Make it bleed. Try to wallop it as best we can. Or do we want to mitigate? I think we should mitigate. Let's roll the dice. That's actually not bad, because now we can imply to impair, and this thing will deal less damage to us. Oh, that's kind of like mitigating. We take a bunch of damage, and we just got all bloody. Now this one powered up and is going to try to really hurt us. But we got a Lumen Grenade. So let's chuck this grenade. Can't really deal 17 damage. We might as well hit it and then find a way to, and then hit it back with some counter when it gets to its turn. Okay, so he is going to make this guy run away, denoted by this flea flag. So we have to focus on this one. Did we win? Yeah, we got him. Pick a battle card. This is a good one. We're gonna get this improvise. Or do we want to just go all in on bleed? We'll go all in on bleed. Magnetic Charm is the play. We're going to gain the 2 counter with some defense. We have a decent counter bleed battle deck going on. God of Salt in Slither Force, so you could squander its holy name. All the same, done what I asked, and I'm grateful. The market awaits. Let's be off. This is it, huh? Pretty modest. Doesn't exist for the decor. The goods here unbound by tax or law. Now you're welcome to do your shopping. Thanks, Sal. Fish was right. You did good work. So now we've got a bunch of people kind of who are here. Endo lets us remove cards, which is always good. And sometimes lets us buy cards that are very good for us. Intrigues are not bad, but none of these are incredibly useful to us at this exact moment. This guy would let us hire a companion, but now that he doesn't like us, all of his stuff costs more money. Rake removes battle cards and lets us buy battle cards. Anything in here with bleed? Whenever you apply bleed, heal 1. Let's go look at the other guy first, noting that this does cost 200. So, this guy lets us buy these grafts. So increases the maximum damage of all cards by 1. Whenever you draw a status card, draw a card. Or just gain some resolve. None of the graphs are really any good. What we're gonna go do is we're gonna go back to Rake. And we are going to buy Hemophage. Alright. So this is the kind of thing that we can do every night. The run lasts a certain number of nights. I don't exactly remember how many, it's been a while. But we're gonna go to... So, this is the person we're here to try to kill. Like, overall, our run goal at the very beginning was described as killing Cascio. And this is Cascio. Let me get my face out of the way. So you can see the name of the person. Caccio's hand grabs you by the collar, yanking you out into the weak lumen light of the bar. She kicks you hard in the ribs, but you manage to keep your breath. You're gonna need it. Stay down. Go down quiet, Hunter. I promise it'll be just like going to sleep. So this is a guy who's basically going to be trying to kill us. Let's convince the bouncer to help us out. It's hard to keep ruffians out. Caccio's a class all on her own. I'll vouch for you, Sal. Okay. Improvise. 2 actions next turn sounds pretty good, but so does bait. Alright, so now we'll survive the hit, and we get to punch him in the face. Whenever result deals damage, they gain composure equal to the resolve lost. No resolve is lost, they take 3 damage. Okay, so we absolutely need to block all of their attacks. Alright, we have influence, and we're going to get flatter. Flatter is going to kill this, so that we can also see what the intents are. We're going to boost our composure. And we're going to raise our influence a fair none. We're going to raise our influence none because we didn't draw any green cards. But at least when we hit him, we punch him because of his own argument. Build rapport. Calm. So now when we attack, we're also going to gain the composure. And now we're blocking both attacks, and by blocking both attacks, we're going to be able to deal some damage. I don't remember what this does, so we're going to use it. Dismiss all enemy intents. We don't need to do that yet. 4 damage coming in here. Wide deflection. Then we're going to magnetic charm. Once again, no influence gain because we didn't get drugs, anything that was useful. This time we're going to get complement. Gain 2 influence and then deal half your influence rounded down in damage. Now we have 7 influence, we deal 4 damage. Continuing to whittle away by using his own ability against him. Basically armor this up, and then when he attacks, it's going to knock himself out. Battle card. None of those are very good. Yeah, exactly. Congratulations, you played yourself. We're gonna get this intrigue. We're going to upgrade our solid point. Do we want our solid point? So now every time we draw these, it's going to deal 3 damage instead of 1. Solid point is a very good card. I guess not alright. Alright, let's go to fight. This is kind of like the first boss of the run. And if you notice, it looks like a ton of damage is coming in my way. This guy's shooting both of us, this one's hitting me, this one's hitting our buddy. Improvise. Boosted slash. Alright, then we're gonna feint, and we're going to gain some counter. It's gonna hurt, but we're gonna do some damage back. So now the wound's on the right guy. Okay, so the good news is that we got our hemophage. So now whenever we deal bleed, like we're about to do right now, we get to heal a little bit, which is nice. So he's hitting me and he's going to try to do a status effect. We're going to gain defense. We're going to hit him and gain defense. Now we're blocking his 6 damage at least. And then we're gonna bleed him and heal. Okay. So this target still has bleed. We're gonna use this first to give him a wound and an impair. Then we're going to Sal's daggers to get saber grip. Pop him again. And then we're going to lacerate him to keep just slowly gaining that little bit of life back. Imagine if we weren't able to convince this guy to help us, we'd be so screwed. Alright, so now we're gonna gain spine. We're gonna stone strike, which is gonna give us a counter and some defense. That's gonna be our turn. All damage is damage. We still have some bleed, so we're going to wound him again. Then we are going to... Are we gonna... Yeah, so we've already got him. Going to basically tap out at the end of the fight. We're gonna throw some dust in his eyes to add insult to injury. Okay. Do we murder this guy? I don't think we haven't had to murder anyone truly yet, so I think we're gonna try to avoid the murder. Okay. Pick a battle card. Ooh, stun's good. Your counterattacks apply 1 wound. That's the one. Improvise a card that costs 0 from your discard pile. Do we have any cards that cost 0? I don't know that we do. Let's have a look. Can we look at our deck? Yeah, we can look at our deck. We have no cards that cost 0. This could be good later. Pick a graft reward. Okay. Start of your turn, reduce a random card by 1. Gain 1 action at the start of your turn. Damage that spills over to your core is increased by 2. I guess the brain harp it is. High risk, high reward. Not as young as she used to be. Well, that shucked a rotten oyster. But we've been through worse and we're both still standing. Can't believe she came for you like that. You. Doesn't care about anyone, does she? She's just a monster all the way down. Done is done. The fire's only good if it stokes the engine, kid. I just should have gone for Casio as soon as I arrived. Now you're dragged into it too. None of that. You got a bit of grit in your eye. You'll wink it out once you get some sleep. Got a room set up for you in the back. Everyone just goes back to drinking, all normal like. Time to go rest. Okay, so we're gonna go to bed. We go to sleep. End of day 1. Get some healing. Hey, so now this person kind of loves us now. So once a day you can ask a nearby member of the Admiralty to help you in a battle or a negotiation. That's useful. So now we can get the effectively the cops on our side. Okay. You look like you want revenge, and I know just the folks who can help you get it. That effect on most people. You have more reason than most, except for all the other folks she sent to Derek, maybe. Okay, so that's just basically like an offshore, like, worker platform. They're not here though. I am. Everyone's drinking. I thought I should hold off on that bounty, but after last night, Cassie wants me to your worst nightmare. I'd like to oblige. How you gonna do that? She knows you're here and she's got money and goons to keep her safe. What do you got? You? You're damn right. Lucky for you. I have a couple of contacts who want Cascio dead almost as much as you do. You can convince them to work with you. Will they need convincing? Afraid so. The Admiralty doesn't trust hunters as a rule. Talk to my contact and you'll see if you can convince her otherwise. Taking Cascio would make space this spree'd be more than happy to fill. I know somebody will talk to you, especially if you can bring him Caccio's head on a platter. Sounds good. Picking sides, the meat market, picking sides. The meat market is kind of funny. The meat market is where you go to hire mercs. You know, meat shields. So do we want to work for the Admiralty or do we want to work for the Spree? What do you guys think, chat? What do you guys think? Want to go work for the? Want to work for the morally ambiguous law enforcement, or do we want to work for the Spree? That's true. Well, we got actually one in each. We have Goni, who's a Spree, and we've got Uni, who's Admiralty. It's a question of which. Spree it is. Ah. The man meets your gaze with a face like barbed wire. Quite the charmer. The man, Nadin, right? I'm Sal. I hear you're a guy worth knowing. And I hear you've got an axe to grind. You want to bury in a few skulls? You won't get anywhere near Cascio without my help. But my help doesn't come cheap or easy. You do good work and survive to reap the benefits? Maybe we're in business. Contract's a contract. I'm happy to be in business with you, Nadin. Glad you're convinced so easy. You do good on those favors, and maybe we'll be as copacetic as you say. Cascio will be all yours. First order of business, take this. Okay. The next attack card is played twice or apply one wound. I think we are going to take assault. This will tell people that you're under my protection. Time to get some work. You're hungry. Good. The Admiralty took down one of my operations. Most of my people got out, save one. I've cut my losses, but that's the one that had the important intel in their brain. Intel I still need. I need you to bust them out of jail. Big ass, don't you think? Jailbreak? Relax, Salty. I've got someone on the inside. An officer so deep in my pocket they'll never worm. You just roll up stinking like a hunter and pretend you've been hired to collect. You do, then bring them on back, and I'm much closer to liking you. Lucky me. You said it. Yeah, that works. Alright, where are we going? Prisoner exchange. Prisoner exchange. Hold up there. Huh, you're the hunter Nadin mentioned? You got it. I'm here to meet with the informant. Ah, that's what we're calling her. More like a worm slithering to avoid the spade. Take her, hunter, but don't hesitate to lop off her head if she slithers too far. Spree bandit shoves Cadwa towards you with a force that leaves her scowling. Alright, I said I'd help, didn't I? You don't sound very sure. I'm sure Naden and his goons made it plenty clear what you'd do to me if I don't play. We're on the same page, Hunter. Just wish you bought me some fair treatment is all. Oyster shucker. Let's go, Hunter. The sooner I'm out from under this heel, the better. Alright, so we're going to the prisoner exchange. Do we get jumped on the way? We do. I know him, that's Tlok. I've seen his wanted poster. We could arrest him to help our cover. Okay. So we can try to jump him, or we can let him pass by. Jump him, let him pass by. Three against two. They're both pretty good fighters. Ah, what the heck. Fortune favors the bold. Ooh. Okay, so. What's shooting us? Dockhand, IO. So we're going to get spines, and we're going to get defense. And we're going to hit him when he hits us. And then we're going to fight dirty. Gonna get that bleed. Get that started for us. Whenever we bleed, we heal. So now we've got both of our active abilities up, which is good. This is gonna hit us for a ton. We didn't have a way to stop it anyway, but we can sort of mitigate it a little bit. Okay. We're going to Saber Grip. Man, wish we had a way to take this out real quick. We're gonna get that bleed going on him for that trickle. Evaded. Then we're gonna get some defense and cry about that evasion. Deep stance. Oh boy. We're gonna do that. And we're gonna get a lot of counter. What do you do? Attack all enemies twice with a hail of blades. Okay. Pretty useful. Next turn. Alright. Apply some bleed and heal. Apply some bleed and heal. We're taking a ton of hit pain again. Okay. Well, that's kind of a thing that we can do now. Alright, so we're gonna hit this guy. So we wound him a little bit. Then we're going to assault. When we assault, we're going to use our Hail of Blades. If we deal one more damage to this, we can take it out. And now we're going to just try to stay alive. So now we've just got this one guy to deal with. Make him bleed. This should end the fight. And now we kind of get our counter up and let the damage do its work. Okay. After surrender, no need to murder. There's that silent steel that we wanted. This is a zero cost card. Zero cost cards. Good. Entrapment. We'll take entrapment. For defense and heal. More damage. I think we're lacking damage. Target has bleed, apply 6 bleed. I like that. Yeah, that's the one. Sal's bloody daggers. Destroy. You're under arrest, I guess. Just keep your clapper shut. We got our first hater. Well, other than Casio. Continue on to the prisoner exchange. You find Kuga, flanked by an admiral. Been a real thorn in my boot. Fight him? No. Look how dumb this fight it would be. 1 versus 3. We negotiate. You don't want to be on the wrong side of this. Okay. We have only defense cards. Okay. So we're going to calm, boosted deflection. We don't want to expend that. And we'll just do this to just keep getting that XP on the cards. We are so defended. Doesn't matter because there's only 5 damage coming in. We are so defended. Planted evidence. Gain influence. Okay. Diplomatic instincts. Flatter. We flatter for some punching. Take this out. And then we're going to wide deflection so that even when this thing breaks, we don't take any damage. Okay. Magnetic Charm. Every time we play Magnetic Charm, we have not drawn a single influence. Now we got some bait. We have 2 influence, so when we do this, we can spend them. Calm it up. Magnetic Charm. Build rapport. This bait's gonna die, and we're gonna take the one blow. But we have shield. One day we're gonna draw green cards, and today is that day. Okay. We're going to take them out with that. We're gonna Diplomatic Instincts to get a flatter. Yeah, flatter. And then the flatter is going to get us. None of these. We want one of these. Doubles the damage of a card. That card that does like the splash damage, that flatter, would make it do 10 instead of 5. We have build 4. Ambush means that this is going to start in our hand, which means we will always start with influence. Calm. Zero cost calm or extra shield? Like cost. More damage or just basically free? Now we are guaranteed to get at least one influence. You have no idea. These spree reprobates make every job hell. You know what? Good riddance. Here's hoping you can torture something useful out of them. An hour in my company, Kuga, and you'll surely change your tune. Okay. So obviously, we're gonna get... We didn't get jumped. I was sure we were gonna get jumped. Big paycheck. Okay, what graphs do we want? We got that. We got that. Whenever you break defense with an attack, apply to bleed. Gain 2 power until you take damage. Both of these are very good. I think this is just a little better for us. See you around, Grifter. All allied spree have 10 plus 10 health in battle. Not the best, but hey, someone likes us. Okay, so we've been going for about an hour and a half, and that was a fun day and a bit of Griftlands. So next week, we will return and continue with this run. Thanks for watching, everybody. And you can find all my stuff on adapting to Twitch, where I will have links to my YouTube, my Instagram, and my X account. Take care, and thanks for watching, everyone. Good night.